Hey guys, welcome to a new segment called I Can't Believe I Sold Those Records. I thought this would be a fun trip down memory lane to kick myself retroactively about records I've sold since I got into record collecting that have astronomically jumped up in price, and I sold it for a very low price in comparison. Discogs is a really great tool because you can sell records easily to an audience of vinyl fans around the world that are excited to get whatever you're looking to get rid of. But it's also a way to look back and be like, oh, what have I done? I actually went back into my sales history. I, have been selling casually on Discogs probably since 2015, maybe 2014. It's a good way to kind of cycle things out of your collection as you want to grow your collection. If a record jumps up in price and you're like, I don't really listen to it that much, you can sell that and then buy a bunch more records instead. That being said, records jump up in price a lot over the years, and sometimes you sell a record and if you held on to it for a little longer, it would have been worth way more, or you regret selling it and you can't find it again for a good price. And I'm going to show you a few of these that I've cataloged, and we can bemoan together my idiocy. And I'd love for you guys to leave a comment below with any records you sold and that it skyrocketed after the fact, because it's always interesting to see which records end up being these crazy to the moon type records and which ones don't. So I'm starting in 2015. I do a little 2016 as well. And if you guys like this segment, I'll keep going down memory lane and pick out more from 2017, 18, 19, etc. In 2015, I acquired a copy of Modest Mouse's The Moon and Antarctica. MOV did a clear vinyl. It was the first ever colored variant of the album. It's one of my favorite albums ever. If you watched my top 100 albums series, which if you haven't, make sure you check that out. It's on there. I love that album. It's so special to me. I somehow ended up with two. I think they accidentally sent me another one because I still have one in my collection, but I sold one back in the day. Apparently I got $38 for it, which is probably not that much more than it cost for retail. I probably was just like, oh, I got an extra one. I'll just sell it for basically retail and buy a different record. Well, nowadays, that record goes for way more. It's like an $150 to $200 record now, all day, and, I sold it for considerably less, so that was kind of a bonehead move, but again, it's hard to predict this stuff. Beulah is a band I love. I talk about them all the time on this channel, or at least I used to. Part of the Elephant Six Collective of Montreal, Olivia Tremor Control, etc. Neutral Milk Hotel, all of those guys, they were kind of in the same world. Their two big albums, The Coast is Never Clear and When Your Heartstrings Break, are really hard to find now. They're out of print. And back in the day, I had a copy that was like VG Plus / near mint. It was imperfect, but not bad. It had a little bit of too much wear on the cover for me. So I found another copy, miraculously, I think maybe on Discogs, for a very cheap price. So I upgraded my copy to a near mint copy, and I sold my slightly beat up copy. Not bad, but I sold it for this, $29 in 2015. Whatever, give it to someone that likes it. It's a great album. Happy to share the music. Now, look how crazy the prices are now. This is insane. This record is sold for stupid money in the past, and the lowest priced copy, as you can see, is just out of control. I don't know if this will ever get a repress. The band has broken up. Who knows? But that being said, should have probably held on to that one. How about this one? In 2015, I sold my copy of Linkin Park and Jay-Z's Collision Course on blue vinyl. $33. And that's because 2015, for me, that was an interesting time. I wasn't fully back into my full nostalgia phase where I was really enjoying the stuff from high school again. I was really kind of on a new music kick. I hadn't fallen back in love with Linkin Park like I have now, where I realized that it's more than just a nostalgia act and I actually really can appreciate the music as an adult. So I sold it because I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to really listen to this. Now, that is a $250 record all day. I probably should have held on to it. I've actually since repurchased it. I think I spent about $100 on it, which is a good deal still compared to what it is now. But man, should have just kept that original copy. Saint Pepsi is one of the biggest names in the vaporwave scene, and his big album is called Hit Vibes. Back in the day, Car Park Record released two variants, black and red. It just came in a black generic sleeve with a hole cut out in the middle. There was no jacket art. I took a while to warm up to that album. For some reason, the first time I heard it, it didn't click with me. I now love it, and I'm glad they've since repressed it, even though the repress has also jumped up in price because this market is crazy. But the original copy, I had the red vinyl variant, which is still the most desirable version. I sold it for $55, which, was a pretty good profit. I think retail it was like $15 or $20, and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Sure. Just look right now. Look at the prices. It's insane. If I kept that, I could have bought myself any grail on my list if I sold it now. So you can never really anticipate these things. And this is one of the craziest things I've seen of any record, but such is life. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. I don't know what is going on with this one. I have a copy now. I don't know why I sold this one for $19. It recently has gone out of print. In the past year, I've seen the prices skyrocket. Now it is a close to $200 record. I'm sure this will get a repress down the road. It's too big of an album to not. But 19 to 200, that's a pretty big disparity. Back when I first was dabbling into the video game bootleg scene in 2016, I was buying the Moonshake records, which are legendary in the video game bootleg scene. And one of the records they did was Pokemon Red and Blue soundtrack. They let you buy a couple variants, so I think I had 2 or 3 different variants of it. And I sold one of the variants back before. This is a back in the day thing. Discogs used to allow for the sale of bootlegs. I sold this for $65 in 2016, which I believe I probably bought it for somewhere between 30 and 40. Not a crazy profit increase, but now if you try to find that record on eBay or anything, it almost never pops up, any of the variants, and they easily go for 200, if not more than that. I've seen some sell for even 300. So that is something I probably should have held on to for a trade down the road. I don't know why I was in such a hurry to get rid of it. There's probably some record that just came out that I really wanted. I don't know. I wish I can go back into my mind in these moments and be like, why are you doing this? Why do you need this right now? But you can't. You just got to speculate and be like, maybe I just thought I'd let someone else get it who couldn't get it before, which is maybe falsely altruistic of me. I don't know. But either way, whoever has that now, I hope you're enjoying it. How about this one? This is a record I just rebought in my video where I went to Knoxville. I went to a store called Raven's Records and Rarities, and they had a copy in their bin for, I think, around this price, which is crazy because this now goes for considerably more. But Currency's The Stoned Immaculate. There was an Urban Outfitters, I believe, exclusive on green vinyl, and I bought a copy and I listened to it, and I'm a huge fan of Currency's Pilot Talk 2. This album didn't grab me in the same way, so I was like, I'm just gonna sell it for whatever. I think I actually, if I remember correctly, Urban Outfitters, before they banned me, used to have these sales on records that were super low. If you go to the store, sometimes they're $5 or $10 when they ring up at the register. And I remember this one was on sale. I believe I got it for $10, sold it for $19 on Discogs. Nowadays, sealed, that record would easily go for $200, if not more. I'm glad I found another copy for that price. It's almost like the old copy that I sold came back to me karmically. I don't know, but yeah. Crazy thing that happened to that one. And the last one for this video is a girl by the name of Ariana Grande. And I picked up her record, My Everything, on, I believe it was like lilac or purple vinyl. I'm not a big fan of her music. I kind of got it on a whim, and I ended up selling it for $26, as you can see here. That record now goes for $150 to $300, depending on who's buying it, what level of Ariana stan finds the listing. Definitely under, I don't even know, like, I probably paid more than that when I bought it. 26 all in, but it might have been an Urban Outfitters exclusive. I don't remember, but I just looked at that and I was like, oh my God, if I just waited like a year, that would have been an insane price. So those are the first batch. There's plenty more. Why'd I do that in my history, I'm sure. So if you like this video, I'll do another one digging into the next couple of years of my collecting. But I'd love to hear right now in the comments which records you wish you didn't sell and what they go for now, or even just records you sold and you regret and you wish you had still. So drop some stories in the comments. I love to read them below, and I hope you enjoyed this video, this trip down memory lane that I'm not super happy to relive, but I'm doing it for your entertainment. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Too Many Records. More videos coming soon. Take it easy.